Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be recreating the top of this two-piece. I recreated mine using a chiffon fabric and I used two methods to recreate this top. Today's video will be the pattern drafting method and the next tutorial will be the freehand method. So do not forget to like and share this video if you find it helpful, and let's get right into it. I have traced out my front body's block and will be using the slash and spread method to add fullness to the neckline. Before I transfer these bodies to the pattern, I will transfer the waist dart to the bust dart. So I will slash open the waist dart and the bust dart, then tape close the waist dart to transfer it to the bust dart. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and transfer the body's block to the pattern paper. I have done that, as you can see, and from here we will develop the kimono top. I will square out my waistline in full, and with my tape on the shoulder line, I will take the length of my top and square it out. So you place how long you want the length of your kimono top to be here. I will extend my shoulder line, and on this line I will place the length of my sleeve. The length of my sleeve is 8 inches. Before I mark my sleeve opening, I will go ahead and close in the bust dart first. I will draw a contour guideline from my center neckline to the bust point. I will slash open the bust dart and the contour guideline to the bust point, but not through, like so. Then I will rotate and close in the bust dart and tape it in place. So you can see that the bust dart has been transferred to the neckline. And that's what we are going to pleat in as our gathers. I will square down my sleeve, and on this line I will place my sleeve opening of 8 inches and make a point there. From there I will come in by 1 inch and connect these 2 points. On my waistline I added an ease of 2.5 inches, and on the hip I placed 1/4 of my hip measurement plus ease, and I drew in my side seam. I will place a fresh paper under the neckline. I will draw more contour guidelines on the neckline and slash them open to spread the excess evenly, and I will tape them down. Once that is done, I will draw in the neckline. At the side hem, I came up by 1/2 inch and blended it back into the hem so that it does not look pointy and sharp at the ends. Then I added my seam allowances. Just like I did at the side hem of the top, at the side hem of the sleeve, I came down by 0.25 inch and blended it back into the shoulder line. So that's all for the pattern drafting. This will serve for my back panel as well, but with a little change, which I will show you guys shortly. I'll go ahead and transfer my pattern to the fabric. So guys, I've cut out my pieces. I have the necktie. The full width measured 10 inches and on fold is 5 inches with 1 inch seam allowance included. The length of the thigh measured 2.5 meters. These strips here will be used to pipe the center back slit and neckline. Then I have my front and back panels here. I increased my hip to 13.75 inches, and this includes seam allowance, and the length to 28 inches, and this includes seam allowance as well for the hem. So the adjustment I made on the front panel for the back panel is from the shoulder line of the front panel, I went up by 2 inches, and this includes 1/2 inch for seam allowance. If you have been following my channel, you know that the front and back armhole levels are not the same if you want a balanced fit on your garment. Then from the front neckline, I went up by 1.5 inches, and this includes 1/2 inch seam allowance for the neckline of the back. So technically my back neck depth is 2 inches. Then from the back neckline, I came down at 5.5 inches and split it open for the passage of my head. I'll start by running basting stitches on the neckline to gather it, but before then, I'll measure the neck circumference and multiply by 2 because our fabric was cut on fold. So I added a piece of paper here to draw in the back neckline. Our front neck depth is 3 inches while the back is 2 inches. The front neckline measured 4.75 inches while the back neckline measured 4 inches. So the total front neckline will be 9.5 inches while the back will be 8 inches. I'll go ahead and run basting stitches on the necklines and gather it, and I'll pipe the center back slit. So guys, I've gathered the necklines and piped the center back slit. These gathers should be centered more on the center front of the top. So I'll fold the front panel in half and measure around the neckline. And here I have 4.75 inches. I'll go ahead and join the front and back panels on the shoulder using a French seam. So with the wrong side of my top facing each other, I will sew on the right side of my top with a seam allowance of 0.25 inch. Once that is done, I will trim down the seam allowance to 1 millimeter away from the seam line. Then I will turn the right sides facing each other now and stitch on the wrong side of the fabric. So guys, this is what your stitches will look like when you're done. You will have a clean finish in and out of your garment, just like the one you're looking at right now. The next thing I'm going to do is to pipe the neckline. So I'll fold the top in half to measure the neck circumference. And on the front neckline I have 4.75 inches, so I'm good to go. Like I earlier mentioned, the gather should be centered on the center front and center back of the top. So on the front panel, I came down at 2.25 inches each on each side of my shoulder line, and I gathered 5 inches on the center front, completing my front neck circumference of 9.5 inches. Then on the back panel, I came down by 2 inches on both sides of the shoulder line and gathered the rest of 4 inches, completing my back neck circumference 8 inches. I'll notch on the beginning of the front gathers because we'll not be piping that area. So I'm going to pipe the neckline from the back, and I'll stop at the beginning of the gathers on the front. So the 5 inches I gathered on the center front will not be piped. So guys, I've piped the neckline and this is what I have. I'll be adding a hook and eye on the back as my fastener. So I piped a little bit into the front gathers so that when I attach my necktie, the raw edges will not show. I'll go ahead and prepare the necktie and it will be attached on the center front gathers. I have prepared the necktie and have given it a good press. I left open about 6 inches for the neckline. I'll go ahead and pin it in place on the wrong side of the neckline and attach with a straight stitch, and then top stitch it close on the right side of the top. So guys, I have attached the necktie on the wrong side of the neckline, and I attached a little past the piped neckline to hide the raw edges. I'll go ahead and pin it in place and top stitch it close on the right side of the neckline. I have done all that I said, and this is what my neckline is looking like. Yours should look the same. For the rest of the top, I'll be doing off camera to hem the sleeves, stitch close the sides and hem the hem of the top. I'll do all that and I'll show us the final look. The links to the trousers will be in the description. Do not forget to like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Leave all your questions in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. A bientôt!